Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for satisfying your itch for the Switch It Up show. My name is Glenn, and I will be your host along with my wonderful co-host, Mr. Seth Trav.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty well, my man. I'm doing, I think, as well as you can be in these trying times. How about yourself?
Oh my god, for sure. And the name of my game today is a little auspicious for such times that we are in. So I'm happy to be reviewing this one.
Oh, mine's kind of not really related at all to, anything that's going on currently. You could say my title is, in fact, switching it up from the regular.
Oh.
It's a little bit on the lighter side. And speaking of the lighter side, why don't we let some of these sweet beats ride? Monoguchi, ladies and gentlemen. You can find the link to that music over in our show notes. Please check out the notes for all the links to some of the gameplay about the videos or games that we're talking about today, as well as the music and just general goings on of the podcast and links to Twitter and things like that. It's a great place, a great resource, if you will. Speaking of things that are great, you know what I really enjoy, Mr. Trav?
What's that?
I really enjoy myself a good bento box. So go ahead and you tell me, ready? You're walking yourself up to the Japanese restaurant and you're getting yourself a bento box. What's going
out of the way place, of course.
Oh, a little out of the way place. Be still my heart. What's going in that box?
In that box, I've got the chicken katsu.
Ooh.
I've got the two I guess it's 4 pieces of a California roll. You got the ball of rice. You got the salad, and I think there's an open area for sauces, maybe? Or maybe that's it?
Sure, for sauces, yeah, that sounds right. And if you're a big fan of the bento box like yourself, like myself, and maybe like all of you out there, you owe it to yourself to check out InBento on the Nintendo eShop for only $3.49. Very, very reasonable, very economical purchase. It's actually on sale down from $4.99, and somehow, I don't know how, somehow you get 17 gold coins for this purchase. So
that seems great.
That's nice. They add up, right? They're giving you free money back. Let me go ahead and hit you with a little bit of the synopsis for InBento. Open your cookbook.
Sounds like a hipster restaurant.
Kind of is. Open your cookbook, grab a lunchbox, and start preparing exceptional bento meals through the amazing puzzles in InBento. Experience a calming, wordless story about cats and parenthood by solving adorable puzzles in Bento Box. Relax, tease your brain, and prepare tasty bento dishes. Arrange them in an elaborate lunchbox while sticking to the recipe shown on the screen. Complete over 100 fun puzzles aesthetically served with traditional boiled rice. Immerse yourself in a silent tale about a cute family of felines and enjoy the tranquil soundtrack. Master the mechanics, follow the handcrafted recipes, and beat all the bonus stages in this culinary logic game. Life of a modern cat can be stressful. Why don't you pause for a second and relax with a few rounds of InBento cat emoji. This game came out a little while ago, right as the world was starting to burn down on March 12th. It is described as a puzzle lifestyle board strategy game, supported in pretty much every language on the eShop. Very, very small as well, only 107 megabytes, so it'll take up your very little amount of space. And even though it might be small in terms of size, it is big on fun. I like this game. This is pretty neat. It's basically just like if you ever used to play those games when you were a little kid and you had to they were handheld plastic and you would have to push the tiles around a little bit to get them to make a picture. That's essentially what you're doing in InBento. Basically you're like the parent cat, and your kitten needs you to prepare these meals, and these meals you're just following a recipe that is in a book off to the right. And as you progress through the recipes, it gets harder and more complicated, and the bento box gets bigger, has more layers to it, and you can really only manipulate the bento, the pieces in the bento box certain ways. You can like slide it over, you can spin it. So you really only have a certain amount of ways that you can kind of manipulate the ingredients in the box so that you can make it so that they match the pattern. So it's really all in a matter of, it's like a mind and logic game. And in some places you're playing with like empty space, trying to make a pattern in the box. Or in sometimes the pieces actually, instead of coming in one piece, they come in multiple pieces that are attached together. So you have to put them in some ways. And then sometimes it's like a row of 3, but the middle part is gone. So you have to figure out how you're going to rearrange everything so that it can fit. So it's one of those puzzle games, puzzle/logic games that if you're really into it, I think you're really going to like it. I think the theme is really cool. I have a cat. I love cats, so I feel like it scores points. Sushi is one of my favorite foods. Bento boxes are delicious. And, I feel like they nailed. This is one of the times where they even say in the description, like, this is a game you can kind of relax to, just dig, like, the soundtrack, and kind of just like play at your leisure. And I feel like that's what they were going for, and that's kind of what they accomplished. So if you're looking for just a relaxing, fun puzzle game that happens to involve sushi and cats, InBento for $3.49 is definitely, like, that's a steal. Like, that's super cheap. That's like an app store price game. And you're getting, I'd say, like a little bit of a deeper experience than you would from like a game that you would get on iOS for not that much more money. So that being said, I think InBento for $3.49 is a solid 4 out of 5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, I had fun with this game. It's just cool, relaxing, chill, easy to play. Controls are obviously spot on, but I mean, we say that, but this is a type of game, like this puzzle game, where if the controls were horrible, it would ruin the entire experience.
Yeah. So on a scale of, let's say, Cook Serve Delicious 2 and Cooking Mama, where would you say it ranks? At about an Overcooked?
We're not. It's definitely the scale, like that sense of urgency, if you will, that you get in Overcooked is not there.
It's not there.
Not there at all.
Much more relaxing.
Oh, very much so. It's here's your template of how you need to make these things look. Figure it out. Like there's no time. There's no like X amount of tries and you lose. You just work on it till you get it.
Awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Which is cool. Like that's what I want.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I have done a game that is what many call a psychological mystery, and as I said, it does sort of go apropos with the times that we are in because they are psychologically mysterious. It's SeaBed. Okay? This is a compelling story of psychological mystery. Dive into the deep end now. SeaBed is a critically acclaimed Yuri-themed mystery visual novel told through the perspectives of 3 separate characters. Mizuno Sachiko, a designer plagued by hallucinations of her past lover. Narasaki Hibiki, Sachiko's friend, a psychiatrist researching the workings of human memories. And Takako, Sachiko's former lover, who has been rapidly forgetting her past, including how or why the 2 women drifted apart despite being together since childhood. All 3 live in different worlds, but seek the same goal: to separate truth from illusion, to make sense of their own lives. The Nintendo Switch version features 2 new, never-before-seen scenes. It is $15.99, and it is currently available. SeaBed is a very unsettling game because it sort of has you walk around this relationship between these 3 women, and it seems very sort of insidious at times, and it gets awkward for me as a going on 32-year-old man. It's very unsettling, and I feel like to dive too deeply into the story beyond what they've already kind of said would sort of give it away, because it's a lot about the conversations they have and the relationships that they have with each other. It's kind of funny because I've been watching Hannibal lately, on Netflix, and it reminds me of that a little bit. You know what I mean? That awkward sort of codependence where you love each other without actually loving each other, but it's so much more than love. It's unspoken. And that's what this game is. It's awkward. It's not for me. I'll tell you. I don't think it. I didn't like it that much, but it gave me feelings that I wasn't comfortable with. And for $15.99, marked down from $19.99 currently, I could pass. But I've got, it. Here's another thing: if you play it with any member of your family around or in a room, the imagery, it's not good. You don't want to play this game in public. On the Nintendo Switch, it's a big screen. It's often bright. You don't want people to see you playing this unless you're just that emboldened. I, ladies and gentlemen, am emboldened enough to give this game a 2 out of 5.
Sounds like a weird one, my man.
It is. It's super weird. And it's hard to say professional things about it.
We've dabbled in all types of different.
Hard to find the professional nuance.
Hey, we've dabbled in all types of different games here on the Switch It Up show, and not every game is for is for us. We've played shooters, role playing games, puzzle games, platformers, shoot 'em ups, like all types of things. We really kind of try our best to cover as many different types of genres on here, and we're thankful, of course, to all the different companies that offer us the opportunity to check out their games and talk about them here on the show. And that, my friends and listeners and fellow co-hosts, is the beauty of the Nintendo Switch. There are a myriad of titles for you to choose from, so remember, if you don't like one, you can always switch it up.